Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri. It has been a long while since I've done a video for Onigiri, actually, to be honest. But today I'm coming to you guys with some big news. So I woke up today and all my friends were going like crazy, and Eva especially. She's like, "Look at this, or look at this, look." Hey Philip, how you doing? So what it was is JP has finally, now this is JPPC, JP, the Japanese Onigiri. They finally got a level cap increase after seemingly like a year, if not more. It's been forever since we got 130. Not many people realize the dream, but 135 is here. That's probably the most convoluted way to start a video, and I'm sorry, but I'm a little rusty. So I do have my new headset. I did use it to stream Terra maybe about a week ago when Ninja came out, but I know not everybody watched that, but hopefully it still sounds as good as it did then. A lot better than my other mic I had for I don't know how long. But 135, guys, 135, they got it. And sadly I don't know the the parameters for it. I don't know how much experience is needed. I kind of don't want to know. It's it's there. You just don't want to know how high it is. It's like, oh, there's a new level cap. Yeah, how do I get there? All that fun stuff. So we don't know how much it is for experience, but this level cap increase is also coming with, it's somewhat controversial, especially to people that are already high level. But it's coming with an EXP redux, for lack of a better term. So basically, as long as you're level 100 to 130, they've lowered the necessary experience it'll take to level up between levels 100 to 130. And I don't know how I feel about that. Personally, I don't care, do what you want, but I don't know how that's going to scale with the game. Are people just going to go kill Elder and they're going to be 120? How is that going to work? It's obviously not going to be that big of a jump, but my god. The value of experience tickets won't go down either, so it'll take probably nothing at all to get there. But yeah, I got the little update here, and it's in broken translated Google Translate of Japanese. So it says, the newer upper limit is 135. Relax the necessary experience value of level 100 through 130. In accordance with the above, if the experience value has reached the required level of experience at the next level, it will automatically level up at login. So what it means by that is basically what I was saying, that let's say, for example, it took 24 million to hit level 100 back in the day. It probably doesn't take that much anymore because they really nerfed how much it took to get to 100 long ago. But it used to be 24 million. So let's assume it's 10 million to hit 100 now. I honestly have no idea. So let's just assume I don't even know what they look like. I can't look at my experience bar and tell you because we don't have an update. I don't know anything. It's not on PS4, so it's all speculation at this point. I don't really have any character. Yeah, I can't check it. I don't play JPPC. I wish I could. I wish I could pull up some level 130 character there and be like, oh, it's it's only 30,000 billion experience. Earlier I had a misconception. I thought to hit 135 was going to be all the experience it took to hit 130 again, but that was just me reading wrong as soon as I woke up in the morning. There's no evidence of that. But I think it's pretty exciting. I wonder how much it scales, because 135 is going to be cool, and God only knows what kind of weapons we're going to get for it. Are they going to add abilities to weapons, and because they haven't made a lot of new weapons lately. Lately, all they really do is they make something. It's here you go. It's a little better than the thing you had before. But if you go hit max level, it'll give you more damage, like the Tempests and the Fujin and Raijin swords. You know, they had that if 130 you get this other side as well. The big factor of these weapons was, oh yeah, these weapons are good, but if you want them to be really good, you gotta go pay to hit that level cap. So 135. I've talked about it before. I feel like it would be really, like, I've thought about it, and I think personally, I think every level should just be 100 billion flat and call it a day. It should. I don't think it should be any more than that. To hit 135, it shouldn't be more than 500 billion. Like, break it up into 5 levels. Don't just do this little, like, oh, 131, 132, 133, all that. Like, it's really, like, easy peasy. Like, you'll hit it in, like, a day. And then it's like, oh, you have to do all 400 billion to hit 135. Like, don't be like that. Like, make it, like, just, I don't know. I'd rather see it that way. I can't hit broadside of a barn right now. I doubt I even use any buffs, to be honest. There we go. But I'm curious what they're gonna do. Like, how much is it gonna be to hit 130 now? Like, is it even, like, I don't know how much they're gonna nerf it. Like, usually when they do reduxes for, like, gear or leveling or anything, they usually really reduce it. Like 105s, when they got reduxed, it was, we took out, like, 3 mags and half the gems, and, like, they made 105s kind of a joke. Like, when they reduxed 105s, the hardest part for the bulk of the classes was just getting your Water Bazooka mag. Funny enough, I'm in Water Bazooka right now, but, like, that's what they did to it. So, I'm really curious on how getting to 130 is going to be handled. Because before, it was painstakingly, if you double dropped the entire experience dungeon, and you were just going, like, to 130, it was like, it was about 5,000-6,000 OC for me to do it with restores at a 30 OC restore. Now, mind you, PC and JP's had 10 OC restores forever, so for them, it's like, okay, whatever. I haven't had to spend money for like a year. Let's go for it. But the thing about that is 135, let me continue reading. They made one change here, and I didn't really understand it at first, but now that I've looked at it again, I get it now. So this says this is the change they've made. They've limited the usable level of the item EXP ticket. So that's our EXP tickets. So EXP ticket 1, 2, and 3, I guess. This is going to be on all of them, I guess. And before, the text on an EXP ticket would read, you must be like, to use like EXP ticket 1, it didn't matter, you could use them right away. For EXP ticket 2, you had to be at level 101 plus, I think. Yeah. And then for EXP ticket 3, you had to be 121 plus. So based on that logic, I could use an EXP ticket 3 and gain whatever, what was it, like 1 million experience, 10 million, 100 million? I don't remember what the value was on them. 10 million, I think. Either way, based on that old wording, you'd be able to use tickets to reach 135, which technically would mean, it's just throwing more money at the screen until your little level there is like a higher number. But the way they've worded it now is their usable level is less than 130. So that means for EXP tickets, you just cannot be 130. You can use them from any point in time to hit 130. That's the framing they put on it. So by that logic, it's going to be even easier to hit. You can just jump from like 100 up. So long as you can kill the crystals in the EXP dungeon. Like, we might even be able to carry people in the EXP dungeon under these rules. I don't even know if people can go in with you for EXP dungeon. I'm not sure. I don't think they can. Maybe. But before, like, you could bring a level 100 with you to the EXP. Like, even if you could, and this is just me misremembering, but even if you could, they couldn't use the ticket anyway. They could store them up, but they wouldn't be able to do anything with them. But under this new ruling, on the weekends when you can access the XP ticket hell, you could go in there with a level 100, kill that crystal, just do a couple million damage, whatever. Go in there with 105s and a plus 100 stealth weapon, you'll do it. And hell, even knowledges, you'd be fine 110. But basically, you could have like knowledges be 110, get EXP ticket 3s, and just jump, get billion experience at like 110, and just fucking 129. Like, not even 129, but like, you just jump. Because like, a billion is like a billion. And then, like, it actually has value. And then when you're 128 plus, it's like a billion. That's great, but it's like $1 now. It doesn't really faze me. I'll take it. I need a lot of them, but I won't like go rob the store for it. So that's a big change. And then they say, in addition, although you can enter the number of tickets to be used up to the limit number of sheets, and then when they mean sheets, they mean tickets, it is only the number of pieces of experience necessary for 130 to be used. At that time, the confirmation tab about the number of used tickets is displayed. So they're going to be like, are you sure you want to use this many tickets? I think what they're saying is like, since you can only use tickets at like under 130, let's say you're 129 and you're like borderline 130, you're not able to just stack up 999999999 because they can hold 1,000 of every item now. So I don't even know if that's going to apply to EXP tickets because they were capped at like 300. It was kind of annoying for whatever reason. And like, let's say for example, you had 9,999 experience tickets on your person, because it wouldn't matter if you had more than that. They wouldn't let you like be on the fringe of 130 and then just like queue up like, 10,000 EXP tickets and just jump to 131. Like, they wouldn't let you do that. What this is saying is that the experience you would use, like, let's say if there was any carryover experience to hit 130, none of it would go towards 131. So what this is implying is that 130 to 135 is all going to be in dungeon grinding. Now, this is a very mixed basket of opinions towards this. On one hand, it's great because it's going to implore people to play the game again. EXP Dungeon was just like, I'm going to go hit 120 and then just go do nothing. I mean, leveling up was fun. Back in the day when we just, we'd be running New, we'd be running Dew Creek, Arcanes, Gold, Daruma Farming, all that stuff. That was actually part of the game. It was fun. I haven't used an experience boost in a year. I haven't used an experience boost since I was 128. Like, it just doesn't happen. Unless I was like leveling up Raijin or something, which I never did. But that's the only circumstance that would happen. Hey Thunder Anime, how you doing? Good to have you. Is that a Lucky Box? No? Oh yeah, it is. So hopefully whatever this update is, and I'll talk a bit more about the update in a sec. I just want to get all my thoughts out about the level cap. What that means is we're going to have to start leveling up again, via dungeon. However, the best dungeons we have to level up still remains to be the Arcanes with using a mount killing gold rumas. Thunder Anime are talking about the new level cap. JPPC just got 135, and they're changing how EXP tickets work, especially the ticket 3s. Basically just making it so you can't use them past 131 or past 130. So they're changing up the leveling dynamic, putting it back to where it used to be OG days. There's no XP dungeon, and we're just talking about how it's going to affect the game. So with that change being that it's going to have to all be done using our own, merit and farming again. It's not just EXP tickets, which did take a bit of skill if you're double dropping. And Rhyme's on the right train. He just popped in. He's like, I hear 135. How the fuck do I get there? That's exactly what we're talking about. Because if it's not going to be EXP dungeon anymore, that means we're gonna have to do EXP physically again. And I'm really, really hoping they're just gonna start pumping out dungeons that are gonna start rewarding like 50 mil, 100 mil a run, like with a boost, or even before a boost. Like, start putting out some 130 plus dungeons. Like, legit, what they should do is just add like 130 plus versions to every dungeon, and that's like the level requirement to get in, because they lowered the bar that people can get in to the 130 tier of levels by you know, lowering the experience needed to get there. If they did that and they introduced a new game mode like Oni God mode or whatever you want to call it, you know, like they have to do some new, like, this treadmill ain't gonna work anymore. Just because I can kill 1,000,000 Darumas to get 1,000,000 experience doesn't mean I'm gonna do that. You know, that's an old joke to what I used to say in Edo. I was going to 100, level 100, and I said I needed exactly 1,000,000 experience. And I'm out to someone in Edo, and I'm like, not Edo, but Echigo, and I'm like, should I go kill 1,000,000 Darumas? Because that'll get me 1,000,000 experience. And they're like, that's retarded. I'm like, I know. I'm not gonna do it. So, you know, there's that. And we don't even know what the total experience number is that we're going to need to hit 135. Now, mind you, I don't know how fast JP data miners are. I really don't. They could be really good. I don't think... Like, Onigiri's getting old, guys. So, like, the wiki community, bless their hearts for doing all they can, they're not as, you know, ever ready and ever vigilant to get every little change immediately. Like, when something new comes out, I'm in the dark for at least like a month and a half until I learn something. Or unless someone shows up my Discord and says, hey, I know these values, hey, I know the recipe for this. Like, I don't know what it takes to get a Hades weapon. Like, I've seen it, but I can't recall it. Oh, really? You took me out? Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, he's alive. Yeah, the Blitz barely got any wiki attention. Like, you gotta find, like, one Blitz weapon that was added and just go off that. So, like, that's the question. Like, when are we going to get... Like, are we going to get new versions of dungeons? Because I think they're not going to add new dungeons, that's for sure. We haven't had, like, a legit new dungeon since, like... I don't even know. Because everything that's been added for the past, like, 2 years has been a reskin of something that's already existed. Like, Lancelot was, like, the underground caverns. Like, you don't even reskin them. They just drop new weapons or something. Use new weapons. Like, Gawain, they just took stuff in Kumaso. Like, we had training grounds for the Setsuban event. Like... Literally, what we're doing now, War, Bazooka, and Azami, yeah, it's cool to go back to them, but they're just reskinning all these old places. Like, soon enough, we're going back to Edo. Like, we already went back to Yamatai Koku. We've been to Kyoto. Like, it's coming. Yeah, there needs to be a new place. They need to add, like, a black portal in the back of the rift that takes us somewhere. Or talk to Shifuri in the rift, and she'll take us somewhere to, like, a new teleportal area. Nothing wrong with that at all. Like, absolutely. Something like that should happen. So, hopefully they're going to add either, like I was saying, a new mode for 130 plus to level up. Because if they're taking away the EXP tickets to get to 135, then there has to be something else. Because if it's like, I don't know about you, but I don't want to go do Suzaku Mansion for 3 years. I mean, I would to build the Hades weapon. Hell yeah. I'll go farm me some Tengu drops. I mean, I'm fighting Tengu now. But, like, you know, multitasking and stuff. But they need to really add, like, a new mode. Like 135 mode or 130 mode or whatever. That'd be fantastic. I think it's just a JP exclusive thing. Because Europe can't do it, but JP PS4 and JP PC, JP, it's just a JP thing. I don't know why. Like, they can sell individual pieces of clothes. Like, I don't even need to sell the whole outfit. But I doubt they're going to change that anytime soon. But speaking of change, it is pretty remarkable that in like the past 2-3 months, we've seen a lot of significant changes to the game. Some of them you might say, well, that's a little late. And you're right, some of them are a little late. But adding the Vanguard, like the Artisan Scrolls or whatever, like the Ancient Scrolls, those are fantastic. Like, they've added that, they've added the mag re-rolling, they've added the fixing broken slots, and now they're gonna redux EXP. Like, it's really sad to say, but like, if you were just the eternal, like, Onigiri is a story of the eternal tortoise versus the hare. Like, if you're one of the guys who are just going in, they want everything when it comes out, they're gonna play pretty vehemently. What's a Tengu's Exhale? The fuck is that? Is that a normal drop? I thought he had a feather fan. Did he always drop that? Huh. What can I throw away? This thing. I haven't fought Tengu in forever. I don't even know if he drops an Exhale. Is that a thing? I thought he only had a feather fan and a smoke bomb. You haven't touched the game since Setsuma? Yeah. Yeah, like, like, Bazaar is built with the framework, like, to have options for everything. Like, if you boot up Bazaar, you're gonna see, oh, skill card, oh, accessories, oh, outfits, oh, you know, key items. They're all there. I don't think can you drop a Bazaar in the wild? I can't. Not in the wild. But yeah, so just to talk a bit more about the update they got, they received finally the gargoyle equivalent to Sleet and Levin. So basically, I don't know his name. I want to call him like Araman Dojin because I don't know his name, but the wizard dude. The wizard dude Nonigashima who summons like the Kijimuna pets and Gargoyle and Parvis. Domon, that's his name, not Dojin. His name is Domon. So Domon finally summons Sleet and Levin versions of Gargoyle. So he's just finishing off the three sisters. Like Parvis is basically Crag. Like in case like you never thought about it. But Parvis is Crag, and Gargoyle is Infernal. And then Rumi, I think, is Sleet. And I don't know the other one's name, but there's a lightning one. And basically, Sleet has big anime titties and some glasses. And she's got little buttons that are, like, golden. And they're, like, right on top of where her nipples would be. So, like, you know, awesome marketing. Awesome, awesome marketing. And then the lightning one is, like, a very... she's very, like... she's got a very pronounced demeanor. Like, she's kind of like... She kind of looks like she's got that Bakugo kind of smile, like... But she's also, like, tsundere in a bit. Like, you can see some of the comics on the JP thing, and they show them a bit. So she's got that, like, devilish smile, and Rumi's like that boosty secretary character. But, you know, she's a gargoyle, so bonus points. So they're pretty cool. So they're adding more assist characters to the game. I don't know if they're just plain reskins of Gargoyle, like Rumi is going to give you ice, and the lightning one's going to give you lightning, and they're all going to have the same buffs. I don't know. I don't know about that stuff, but they're added. They're pretty cool. If you want to, like, see them, you just got to, like... All I did was type in, like, Onigiri JP, and then just go to, like, the first website, translate it, and go to the update. And it shows them Rumi and... What's the other one's name? I'm just looking at the update here, seeing if I can find their name, but I can't read anything. L? Is it L Gargoyle? I don't know. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's Uryu. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to or anything, to be honest. But they're pretty cool. But this 135, like, all I need is best boy idol Amano Jocko. Wow, I'm out of stamina. Okay. What's 135? Hey, Pain. 135 is the new level cap released today on JP Onigiri. Hey, Dustin, how you doing? So, yeah, so 135, and they have they've reduced the experience needed to get to 130, and they made it so that EXP tickets don't work beyond 130. So like I'm saying, hopefully they add new dungeons or a new dungeon difficulty to go. To be honest, my dream world is either they just add new stuff to the game, we have to farm it and adapt to it and learn it and enjoy it. Like, that'd be fun. I'd be down for that. Other than that, I want them to make it so that they add a new mode to the game, similar to Oni mode, but not the same. Just like Oni difficulty that doesn't have a limit to its entries. Because right now, Oni only really exists for bosses and wardings. Like, that's the only things Oni exists for. If they make an Oni version of regular dungeons in the game, hell, they could even make them like a limit of 10 runs a day, and I'll just do 10 different ones a day. I don't care. And give me Oni medals while I farm it. Like, streamline the Tempest recipes. Like, make that easier for people too. Because 130 ain't gonna be shit after like a couple months of that being out. So, you know, it's gonna be awesome. Hey Christian, are there rank 8? They are in the game. Rank 8 to 10 skills, like, they exist. It's just, they were programmed to exist at the beginning, but I guess they just realized it's better to just market rank 7 skills that are available through the Neon Coropon and just have them exist. But rank 8 skills existed, but they decided not to go with them because it kind of messed up Momotaro's progression. Partners haven't leveled up in 3 years. And rank 8s do exist, but they're called Sublimes. So any Sublime Oki, like the Water Dragon Spear Sublime, or a Tidal Wave Sublime, or Restriction Sublime, those are all technically rank 8s. The only time that ever comes into question is when you're using like an old mag that's kind of bad, that only targets rank 8+, like Scorpio. Or you're using something like Fusion Bear that does not give skill force to rank 8 skills. So that means, like, if I ran with like 3 Fusion Bears, my Tidal Wave Sublime would have no skill force behind it, but I would have like a shit ton of rain. But yeah, like, they exist, but rank 9s and 10s don't really exist outside of Vanguards. Like Miyamoto's skill, I'll show you right here. Miyamoto's skill, like the one, Heart and Aggression, like, they have a little eye next to them. Yeah, they have this little eye, it's like an X. It's like rank 10. Yeah, like, those mags are really old. They were just like made in like the beta stages of the game, and they haven't really been followed through with them. Anything that basically says rank 9 and 10 plus is effectively useless to use. Some of mags might be needed for 105s. I can't remember what they all target, but effectively in combat they're garbage. They don't do anything. To put that in perspective. But right now it feels like Onigiri is doing the best they can to make the game a lot easier so that more new players will come. Which is really hard to do, to be honest, because there's so many new MMO games and mobile games that come out that just, like, the graphics on them things, the gameplay, the honest mechanics, like, the industry is evolving dramatically. So this might be like, I don't know, just, it's just, I'm talking like that because Onigiri doesn't regularly help us. They haven't like done significant like updates to balance and to the core of the game in God knows how long. So for them to just come out with a level cap now all of a sudden, like, I mean, I'm glad they're still doing stuff. You're a week old? Cool. Um, I wouldn't get rid of anything just yet, Christian. I'd hold on to that. It really depends what the Magatama is, to be honest, but some of them, like, you don't want to break down anything until you know what you're doing. Like, you know, typical for any RPG, like, don't get rid of anything that isn't specifically sold for money. Like, never really break down mags, unless they're complete garbage, but you won't really know what's complete garbage until you know what's, like, you know, what's not garbage. Because some of the mags are needed to make the 105s, and I don't know them all by heart, what skill rank they have. I know them by name. But if I were you, I'd just tuck them into your storage until you have a greater grasp of the game and just, you know, chill with them. Hey, Livingston, are we ever getting Bazaar back? I should hope so. I should hope so, because it's still in the game, but they did a really underhanded thing. They made every item in the game non-bazaarable. So, they probably removed it because of the scamming. They might have removed, like, it's not even that they removed it, it's just that they put a massive roadblock on it. Like, very weird, like, they just made every item non-bazaarable. But this also happened on JP PS4 as well. Like, JP PS4 had it for like a month and a half, and then they didn't have it. And then they got it back, and then they didn't have it again. So, I don't know the full logistics behind it. I think it was removed because of the massive scamming we had going on. Like, and that's the whole reason Sony never let them have it to begin with. Like, that's the whole reason Sony's like, no, we can't give you guys trading because it's going to be toxic as fuck. And then it was good for like 3 months, but then new people came along like, oh man, this is exploitable. But it's probably because of the scamming, and a lot of complaints were sent in because of the scamming. Like, I'm pretty sure someone's like, hey, I bought this item. Like, I just started playing, I put in 20 bucks, I bought this thing, it said it was going to level me up, and it didn't. I want my money back. And I don't know how many complaints they got. I have no idea. I kind of wish I did. I know they got at least 2. That's all I know. But it's probably because of that. Because I know immediately after Bazaars didn't work, you saw no one in Onigashima. Like, everyone that was like a scammer person, they don't even log in. They don't even play. Like, it's done. Like, it kind of shows how shallow their experience was. Because I didn't see, like, any one of those guys that were always just loitering around and putting up those, like, fake stalls. It's just, they don't even play. Like, it was kind of like, it was like a purge. It was like Cyberstep came in with that Mr. Clean, and it killed, like, 99% of scum. Like, there's still, like, that 1% hanging around, but, you know, Mr. Clean has a little bit of mercy, so. But, Christian, so you're a free-to-play sword user. Use the Oni dagger and a healing staff with level 3 orbs. So, when you say orbs, you mean little heal balls? My god. You're being a trooper, son. Does Terra count? Terra's a pretty good game. However, I don't know. My personal thoughts about Terra, I feel like it's very... I feel like the decisions that you make in Terra don't really matter as much as they do in Onigiri. Like in Terra, it's very streamlined. It's like, okay, log in, do this, hit level 65, okay, then go do this dungeon, find that, okay, then go do this dungeon, find that, okay, then go do this dungeon, find that, get these items. Because you have to get a certain item level to do the next thing. And it's like very streamlined, and I don't see, because everyone has the same skills, and everyone uses the same skills, and like, yeah, it's class based, and once you start developing into one, you're like up the creek. A new server. Yeah, like, I mean, we've been living with the lag for like I want to say like 20 years, but ever since the inception of Onigiri, there's been some lag. For sure. Oni Dagger's alright. I still want them to. They should have done like the 8 Oni weapons. Now, the only reason I don't think they should have done 8 Oni weapons is because there'd be so many people being like, man, either my storage or my inventory is being wasted by these Oni weapons. There's 8 of them. This is bullshit. And they charge for storage? My god, this game is trash. You got kicked out of Sleet Sword hard mode 3 times and it takes energy? Oof. You've been playing for a week and you're already doing Sleet Sword? Damn. That's kind of crazy. I don't know. That's one of those times where you want to like reset your game before you go into awarding. There's a reason I leave that. I don't know how many of you guys actually check out my channel, but that's the video I leave on like the viewer thing. It's like how to reduce DCs. I leave that one there. Like I'm just like, this is the most important thing that people want to know, because if people play Onigiri and they DC and they get mad, like they go online and look up fucking DCs and it's like how to remove DCs. Great. I'm gonna go add that to the tags right now, like fucking Onigiri DCs. That's going to be in the tags. It's going to pull up that video. Like that's good marketing, I guess. But 114, that's pretty cool. Hey, hello. How you doing? Or LOLO. So that's really cool. So let's take a second to just breathe in, take in the atmosphere of all the changes Onigiri's made recently. I touched on them earlier. So we have the most current is 135 is the new level cap, and levels 100 to 135 had an EXP redux. And what I think it said was that, let's say you were like 129, like let's say you were like 10 billion away from 129, and the day this update rolls out, I pretty much guarantee that 130 is going to have its experience count cut down to maybe like 100 bill. Like, I don't even know what it's going to be. That's just a soft prediction. So, like, they're probably going to make it so that they said that if your experience was beyond what that experience would have been, so like, let's take it into perspective here. I'm at 372, so 342 billion experience. That's 130, 372. Let's say they cut that in half to 168 billion. Like, let's pretend they cut it in half to 168 billion. Like, if that were the case, then I would probably be halfway to 131. Because if they're going to reduce the experience cap, because that's the next logical step here in our little path to understanding this, is that if they're going to reduce the experience cap, or the experience threshold, and they're going to add more levels, then 132 billion that I have is going to translate to whatever the new levels is. Because if you're a new player and you're trying to level up to 131, you'll hit 131 way before you hit 372 bill, guaranteed. So I don't know how they're going to do it. I think what they should do is, on the day of the update, anyone who's 130 should instantly go to 131. Like, that should just be like, here you go, free level for everything, all your hard work. It should probably end up like that. They should probably roll you like that. They said it would happen on the next day's login, that it would just factor in your character and just be like, oh, you're past this point, bam. That's what it said in the notes. It said, next update, you're just going to jump. So let's say you had, whatever, I don't know experience numbers, but let's say you're like halfway to 115 and you have so much experience and they do this nerf, you might wake up the next day, you're like 119 or 120. I don't know. Same thing if you're going to like 128 and you're 125, you might wake up and you're 128 or 129. I don't know how they're going to change it, but something like that's going to happen. So that's the first big change. And, well, it's not really the first, but it's the most recent. And then they also added the Magatama repair slots, reroll slots. Yeah, that's real. It's on JP. It's not here yet, but it's on JP PC as of today. So they're also making it so that if you get a bad ornamentation on a mag, I better look at the Sparrow, to be honest. Like, let's say I'm looking at my Sparrow gives me 9 crit. I think it's pretty cool. It's not 12 crit, but I think it's pretty cool. You know, I could continuously re-roll these Confining Terrors on this Sparrow if I so desired. I'd just keep making Sparrows, to be honest. But you'd be able to re-roll these slots until you got what you desire. Yeah, Christian, like, that's a soft assumption. Like, I feel like levels, anything from level 100 to, like, 122 is gonna be, like, piss easy experience numbers compared to what they used to be. So, like, what it might have taken you to get to 116, you might jump straight to 118 or 119 or whatever. Like, it's going to make the conversion. Like, this would be like saying, like, let's say, for example, right now, because I'm Canadian, the Canadian dollar is 75 or 77% of the American dollar last I checked. And let's say we strike, like, gold in our oil sands, and there's even more gold, and we find, like, all this, like, huge natural resources, like, overnight, and then the stock markets have to readjust the Canadian dollar, and let's just say that we jump up to, like, 110% of what the American dollar is. Like, let's just say that happens overnight. Industry's booming, everything's happening, tourism increases, all this stuff happens. If we go from a 0.77% to a 110%, then if I have, like, $5,000 in the bank, it's now going to be worth, like, 7,000 American. So you would go from, like, let's just say you have 200 million experience, and now it's worth what would have been, like, 300 million experience or 400 million experience under the old ways or the new ways, whatever. Like, it would make that conversion, and you would just wake up, okay, I'm now worth more. I'm now in a different tax bracket. I'm now no longer in poverty by the old standards. You know, it would just make that jump. It would make that conversion. So that's how the leveling would work. Like, because it's almost like getting, like, a tax refund. Like, when they have a mistake or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, we actually owe you this much, and you get that instead. And it doesn't really change anything. So they've added the mag rerolling. They've added, if you've broken a slot on your fuse because you didn't use a band-aid, because you didn't listen to Oro, and now you can, like, pay money and use an item to reset that. So now we can fix broken slots. We can reroll mags. Leveling up is easier. New level cap, and now there's the torn pieces to get, like, basically the awakening scrolls for, like, vanguards and stuff. This is a JPPC right now. It'll come down eventually. Like, it'll trickle down whenever we get that update equivalent. And yeah, they're adding the ancient scrolls. So, you know, you have a 4-scroll Miyamoto, and you need to get her to 5 awakening. Pop that scroll into her. You know, that awesome stuff. You just level them up. Those scrolls are coming for the Vanguard, for the Mount, and for the Assist Partner. Those things are going to make life so much easier. I claimed it was one of the best changes in all of Onigiri, and I still agree that it is. So Aramara is still good, because I used 2 of those, a crit mag and a B mag, and hit over 100k with the Oni Dagger. What skills are you using on the Oni Dagger? Because Amara's only work for rank 6 plus skills. Like, at your level, though, you should really be pursuing 105s. If you're 114, there's really no excuse for you not to be using 105s at this point. Like, Amara's were to get you from point A to point B. And, like, right now you're at point B. And, like, you really should be, like, just farming Wara for Ronin mags, to be honest. You should be getting the Ronin mags, you should be working your way up to the moon, and just, I mean, it takes Amara anyway, like, get your Scorpion from Tanegashima. Like, yeah, I'd be farming Ronin mags and I'd be farming Mountain of Thorns when you get there to get your sword recipe. Because right now there's no training, but yeah, yeah, you're using rank 7 skills. I was about to say like there's no way. Okay. I mean, for the dungeons you're doing, it should be fine, I guess. I don't remember the damage I used to do back in the day. So yeah, for you, I'd start focusing on joining a body party of like 4 people and just farming Wara for like an hour a day, maybe on your login or whatever. Try to get those Ronin mags, because like the Amaras might be able to get you through like a lot of the easier content, but to be honest, you should be aiming for like 105 mags and higher. But yeah, you're still on the right path, so just keep that up. Generally, you'd want to have like an Amara. You wouldn't really want to use a crit mag, like, ever. You want mags with crit on them. But I wouldn't worry about that now. Like, your next focus should be on getting 105 mags. But returning to the point, so just in sum of all the big changes coming, there's level cap, level redux, mag rerolling, fixing broken slots, artisan scrolls for vanguards, mounts, and assists, and then there's the quality of life update that JP had, and PC as well, where you can no longer have your mounts and vanguards out in like populated areas, like in the Rift, Onigashima, like any town. They're not going to be out with you. You'll only have them with you when you're in a field, sort of like how the other Vanguard or the partner characters work. So like back in the day, like if you don't have Venus and you summon Shizuka and Onigashima, she will not spawn. It's going to basically be like that, and that's to help reduce lag, especially during events where it's very cluttered. Things like when we had Gala and people were just spamming their mounts because they couldn't do Gala and they're pissed and they wanted everyone to suffer with them. Like that avoids that stuff there. I think those are the latest big quality of life and just in-game changes they've made. The other one that they have made, well, it's not that they have, but I've heard rumors of this for a long time, but I've yet to actually see concrete proof of it, was I've heard a lot of people talking about the chakra redux for mags. And I mentioned this a couple times for people that, watch the bulk of my videos. There have been rumors of a chakra redux because the new mags that came with Oguchi, I think that's his name, Oguchi, the Ice Wolf mount. His mag was like low chakra, like it was like knowledge levels of chakra, but it had like Tempest levels of damage. And like these mags had like such a high potential. You got 2 of them? Cool. But essentially, like these mags basically power crept old mags like the Fujin and Raijin mag, because like it's like, oh well, there's this ice mag, yeah, because one of the Fujin Raijin mags is like lightning and ice, I think, yeah, and it's like, well, why would anyone ever build this mag for ice? Like it just outclassed these like mags that you have to farm the horses for that take a long time to get, like the rumbling mag. And I guess what Cybersub wanted to do, or whatever the rumor is that they're going to lower the chakra on like mags that are power crept. And I don't know if it just affects the horses mags, or it's going to be like a lot of mags that just have such a high chakra cost, but they've just been like outshined by other things that makes them just irrelevant. Like I heard that they're going to be reduxing chakra on mags. So that one's probably taking a lot more time, because like that takes so much actual like balancing work to think about builds and what people can do. Because if they make like 105 character, like if they make 105 mags, like 30 chakra. Holy shit, dude. You can run around with 4 105s? That's pretty good. If they make fuse like 40, you can wear 4 of those. Like, if they make... Oh, you're talking about the mag. Yeah, the Hellhorns is annoying. It's Thursday. I gotta use my energy on that. Shit. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. So, like... Yeah, 135. 135. And if that chakra thing comes, then that's going to be fantastic. Like, it's going to open up so many builds. Things are going to have purpose again. Because so many mags, like, let's go farm the gold skeleton for, like, the purgatory mag, or whatever it's called. The E-mag, whatever it is. Like, the fire mag that he has. And it's like, oh, yeah, let's go get it. It only takes 1 billion chakra. Woohoo! Like, no one's going to use that. They have to, like, redux all that stuff. Because it's just... I don't know. It's just power crept so much. There's no point. The stuff that's easier to get. Like, the biggest power creep ever was, like, knowledges coming in and making 105s redundant. Like, you didn't even need them. Like, 105 was like, oh, hey, sup, we're here. Like, knowledges were like synchros coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! They're like, hey, oh, you still tribute summon? You normal summon? Get out of here. I'm going to special summon 8 cards in 1 turn. Fuck you. I win turn 2. Like, that's what knowledge was. That's what knowledge was. That's power creep. And Yu-Gi-Oh's just had infinite power creep forever. Synchros, pendulums, XYZs, Link, I don't fucking know, the next thing. Like, I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh died for me when Synchros came. But, you know, they got to make other things more viable. Like, they got to go back and, like, errata everything. And, like, make things viable. Because... Mike. And, like... That was bad. If you're thinking of sword build with 1 heal staff and a bow, generally, Christian, you're going to want to build up for 1 class at a time. Like, you got to... If you're going to play, like... Pick your favorite thing. If it's sword, master sword before you jump to something else. That's my opinion. Like, I play spear. I go 3 spears and a staff, and sometimes 4 spears if I don't need a staff. But I do understand your interest in bow. Bow is really good, absolutely. I'm just gonna suggest you master 1 before you go after the other. It is highly possible, and like you can do it. You can play multiple classes. Just make sure you do at least one of them well, and then the other one well. So. Yeah, 135 is going to be really interesting. I can't wait to see the values. But that's good for your power to be 100 and your dex to be high. And as LOM said, like, don't hybrid. Like, basically, like, do something really good 1 at a time. You don't want to half-ass 2 things at the same time. Full-ass 1 thing at a time. That's that Ron Swanson quote. Yeah. How do people farm to 135? Hey, Abyss. I think you just said you were, I know you. RPG, you said. We don't know yet. You can't use EXP tickets to hit 135. And hopefully they're going to introduce new dungeons. Either they're going to, like, introduce new dungeons or a new dungeon difficulty or some new method. Wombo, that's it. Yeah. Like, hopefully they're going to introduce something, but I haven't seen anything of the like yet. But EXP tickets will not work past 130. So, I know there's someone out there that plays this game every day, and they're 130, and they're like, ha! I'm going to log in every Sunday weekend. Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to get my tickets. And when they finally increase the level cap, I'm going to have like 3,000 tickets sitting in wait. And I'm just going to, bam, just get right on that train. Ha 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 ha. And Cyberset's like, that won't make us money. We got to stop this now. Those EXP boosts that no one buys anymore. I'm sorry, it's MPG. I said RPG. But, they gotta use them EXP boosts. Oro did the math in that one video. It costs more to use EXP boosts. Ugh. If they release a dungeon like that then this game would be fun again. Yeah, and it shouldn't just be one dungeon. Like, legit? You want to make the game fun? You want to make the game fun? Oh, yeah, mine was fun. You want to make the game fun? Okay. You make, like, you make a big ass motherfucking dungeon, okay? Like, first step to making the game fun is that right now, how Onigiri works is that if let's say we're in a party, we all go into new and we're all level like 110. If I kill something, it's going to give me, let's just say, 150,000 experience. And if you kill something, I get like 100,000, like I get like 10,000 experience from it. Like basically, when you kill something, you get 100% of the experience from it. When someone else kills something, you get like 10% of that experience. Like they made it have such a like a Grand Canyon of difference between killer and assister, like of just person in the party. Like that's just how it spread. If they change that to make it so that they have to make it different, like they have to make it so that when you get a kill, like everyone just needs to get the same experience, like base. Like, the danger of me saying that everyone gets the same, like if I go and carry a dungeon and everyone gets the same experience that I get, you know, before boosts, then that means I could go into like this new dungeon and like Jimmy Tutus can go in there and sit down and just walk around and literally get carried. Like, and he would just gain as much experience as me, which is kind of bad because then it brings back the carry mentality. But what they really should do is, honestly, if these dungeons are 130 plus, like we say we get that mentality going that these dungeons are 130 plus and they're just for those kind of people, and they just make it so that everyone in the dungeon gets the same experience as everyone else, and there's just like Dew Creek levels of enemies, and like enemies respawn, and it's like some arena gladiator bullshit thing, and you go floor to floor like survival, and everyone gets experience, and it's good, and it's a free-for-all, and everything's great, and like there's bosses. Like, that'd be so fun. That'd be so fun. Just make it so that everyone gets the same experience, or make it so that, like, let's say I kill something, we go back to the old example, or if I kill something, I get 1 point. Like, you can't make it so that, like, right now how it is if you kill someone, you get more, if you kill something, you get more experience than everyone else who does. So it makes it more competitive to kill stuff. And what we learned is the most efficient way to level up is for me to kill everything in the dungeon. So, like, it's kind of bad. Like, it creates too much of, like, it's really like a battle between like incentive to do your best and a battle of like equality of outcome, because we want everyone to go in there and have fun, but if you get more experience for killing something yourself, then it's just going to get way like wicked competitive and go back to like toxic carrying where people will yell at you and kick you if you do stuff. So if they change it to like, what I want is I want to go in with all my friends. I want no PvP. Get out of here. If you want PvP, it's all done in conversations in the Rift. But it's closest we're ever going to get. What I want is I want to go into a big-ass dungeon, like a 10-floor new with my friends. Like, I'm talking like Juncture, but it has multiple floors so we don't crash. Like, bring in like new Juncture with multiple floors and no one DCs, and we just go in and we kill like thousands of enemies, and everyone's getting a shit ton of experience, and it's actually fun, and we get to go in with our vanguards, and we get to kick ass, and we get to just get into a party, everyone's having fun in the mic, and we're just going in and killing shit. That should be our reward. I want that. I want to stream that. That's what I want. And we all level up. I don't care if it's like 1% of our level to get to the next level. Like, if I did that and it was 1% of what I needed to get to like 131 or 132, me and my friends would do that 100 times indefinitely, and it would be fun as fuck. And make it so that it's something that just kills you. I don't even care. Like, just make it fun. Make us laugh. Make us die. Don't put it to like Edo or Ichigo dying where like an ice switch like, hey bitch, I'm teleport up to you and breathe ice in you and you die. Like, don't do that. Yeah. Like, make there like a dungeon boss. Like, every 3 floors there's a boss and it's like some warding thing, but it's watered down a little bit. Like, because you can't change weapons mid the dungeon. Well, you could if it's not an energy one. But, like, you could in Juncture and stuff. Like, we did that. Like, oh, Hades, the Reaper's coming up. Everyone get their holy shit out. Like, oh, the plant's coming. Get your fire shit out. You know? Like, something like that would be really fun. If they did, like, Juncture again, but they broke it up into 10 floors and all the enemies are, like, 200, that'd be insanely fun. Insanely fun. And everyone gets experience and... it'd be so fun. That's what I'd want. That's what I'd want. And yeah, like, they should bring back the prizes from Juncture. Absolutely. Like, Juncture, you get so many different prizes. Like, that'd be amazing. Yeah, they could do a boss rush too. I mean, boss rush Oni mode, you have like all your stats. I mean, the closest thing we had to a boss rush was Oblivion, tell you the truth. Like, Oblivion was pretty close to a boss rush. They did a kind of okay job with that, for sure. Oblivion. But yeah, bring out some more Susanoo stuff, for sure. Don't make it energy based. Whatever I want, don't make it energy based. Let me play the game for 5 hours a day and have fun. Like, let's do it. Like, let us have fun. We buy all these cool toys. Let us have fun. Let me play with my toys with my friends and not get penalized for everyone being in a dungeon together. Okay? Like, do that. Have gold Darumas spawn. Yes. Have gold Darumas magically spawn in these dungeons. Do it. Do it. Yes. Like, it'd be great. It'd be fantastic. Bring back the experience, boost meta. Like, it'd be legit fun. But if they did something like that, I'd be like, 135 is not enough. Like, I just want to level up forever. And then the next topic of if we have 135 weapons, and I didn't get to this, I wanted to, was like, or 135, what kind of weapons are we going to get? Because my friend Suzaku was like, oh, what weapons are we going to get? With 130, we never got a 130 weapon. We only got stuff that had bonuses of when you get to 130, this gets better. And I think the reason they did that originally is because the vast majority of players were between like 120 and 125. Like, that was the vast majority of players, so they couldn't really release a lot of new shit. Like, all the new weapons are like 125, except for Other Side and that one Odachi. Like, that was it. So, like, but what they did is like, oh, well, if you get this weapon and then you get to 130, it'll be stronger. Or you get the Lancelot weapon and then you get to 128, it'll be stronger. They make it so that they make it feel more inclusive for lower level players to get a hold of these weapons, like the Fujin and Raijin Sword especially, 120 weapons, and then they get better as you level up. Same thing with Fusion Bear and things like that. So, like, they did that so more weapons were more available. What they really should do is make it so that, like, I don't want to replace all my old weapons. You're getting there, my boy. You're getting there. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I want to go to 200 but you're on the right track. Yeah, like, don't make me remake all my old weapons, but, like, I think you're on the right track. Like, let us make, like, new forms of our weapons. Like, 200, like, even if it was 150 enhanced, like, just, I think boosting the smelting rate might be pretty good. It might be a pretty good idea. Like, like, what they could really do, like, the easiest way to do this is they release a new Vanguard, like Kotetsu the Blacksmith, or like a famous Japanese character that's like a super blacksmith for weapons. And Yoshitsune's skills only work up to like 100. And then this new Vanguard character, Blacksmith, Kotetsu, whatever it is, this crafter of weapons, this Hephaestus, whatever they want to do, they say, oh, these only go to 100. But it's obviously a female with that she's really jacked and has a hammer and stuff and uses fire. But like she's like, oh, those go to 100? What pussy shit is this? Yoshitsune, you did a good job, but let me take over. And then this new character is able to forge your weapons to a new higher level. Like, and it's able to make them go beyond. Like, you get plus ultra weapons. Like, you get, like, plus whatever. Like, plus 110. Like, Miyamoto goes 150. Why not these things? The grade? I don't know about grade. Do you know how expensive that is? No grade. Grade is great. 100 is 100. Don't fuck with grade. I'm not paying no 200 mil to get 6th grade. Fuck off. Like, and the best thing is they would add more bonus effects. So there'd be like another damage effect. There'd be like another damage percent. There'd be an elemental multiplier on the weapon or something. Like, they make it so that we have like slice multipliers on like sword, axe, like random stuff. Like, make us a pierce multiplier, impact multiplier on weapons. Like, bring those in. Bring in like 10 more crit. Bring in more defense on them. Like, give us like more buffs. Yeah, like, do stuff like that. But weapon powder isn't bountiful. Like, it isn't abundant. Okay, so let's say, if we had to use weapon grade powder to take something from 100 to 150, that is, like, I can't even math right now, man. That is like 3 times 10 is 30. That's like 20. No, that's like 15 grade powders a weapon. Yeah, it's in the exchange, but I don't know. I'm down for that. Make it so your R1 is a unique skill. Yeah, that'd be like, I'd be down for my R1 being like Ice Blossom that takes like no SP. Because the whole point of like the R1 is to be an offensive option when you have no SP and every attack gives you SP. Like, that's the whole point of R1. But R1 is just so bad. Like, they did have the nadir laser and the special effects on the weapons and stuff. They could do that. Like, yeah, make them actually do decent damage. At this point, R1s should be doing like 500,000 damage. To be honest, if you're 130 and you got these weapons, R1 should be doing 500,000 damage. Like, for sure. Absolutely. The aura would be really cool. As long as they're just not too, like, not too grotesque to the point where, like, they cause frame rate issues. Like, we don't want that. But I would be so down, like, if this spear I'm holding right now, the Reverence 3, if it just started having this, like, swirling effect of, like, fairies swirling around it, because the Lancelot things have, like, little fairies. Like, imagine the Fallen Star has this little, like, light fairy swirling it. Imagine if there was, like, this little, like, fairy that swirled around, like, two fairies that swirled around the tip of the spear, and it was followed by these little streams of, like, spiraling water around it. That'd be so fucking beautiful. And then they could do the inverse for the Supreme, make it, like, these little black fairies and, like, fire trails follow around them as they swirl around the lance. I'd be so down for that. I'd be so down for that. A Vanguard, yeah, that'd be really cool. A perfect, yeah, we're just discussing what if they did all this stuff. Yeah, I think it'd be a really good way to do it. They bring in a new Vanguard. The Vanguard takes the weapons to like 150. It's 5 more artisans. It's not that bad. The success rate would be dick high though. I mean dick low. Like it would be like, hello? Is that 10%? Oh. And you're trying to go to 150, it's just 0. It's like, what? It's like, it's just flat 0. You need an amulet. Destruction rate 95. Transcendence, like, I'm going to give you like 50%. Yeah, these are different. Oh, you lost your account? Damn. So who were you before? Yeah. If we had a super form, that'd be legit. Absolutely. I always thought that'd be really cool. Yeah, for sure. They'd have to give us a button for it. I'd even be down. Like, they could do it really well. Like, they could do it so easily. They just have to make it so, like, let's say you're able, like, what it takes is, like, the Oni needs to drink the Tea of Eternal Night, let's say. Like, that's the trigger for you to level up. Or for you to unleash your form. Like, you have to, like, build up that same feeling, the same Vanguard gauge, like, when you turn into the Divine Possessions. Like, let's say it's similar concept to that. You have to build that up. And then you have to, like, drink the Tea of Eternal Night. Like, because, you know, we're from the land of the Everlasting Night. Like, that's where we're from. So we should be able to, like, get Ibaraki to put a Tea of Eternal Night into an alcohol bottle. Like, we get, like, a 4th alcohol, whatever. And we're just able to, like, go to that bottle. Like, they put it, like, I don't know, somewhere. Maybe on, like, the right side of the items. Or they just, like, rearrange the alcohol bottles or something. They make one of them, like, Tea of the Eternal Night. And it's just able to put you into your super form. Like, it's already there. You just push square on the thing. You're good to go. Or even make it just an item. Like, you can take out one of these slots. I don't mind. Add a 6th one. I don't care. But, like, that'd be so cool. And then you get, like, you drink it, and that's how you activate your new form. Like, just make it square. Like, that'd be all they really need to do. I'd be down for that. I mean, blocking would help, but most of the time in this game, if you block, you still take a bunch of damage. Blocking don't work all the time. But it should just take, like, twice as long as a Vanguard. Like, twice as long as a 5-star Vanguard to fill up. That's how I feel. But, like, do you know how broken... Do you know how broken it would be if that filled up while you're in Vanguard? Oh my god. Because right now it fills up when you're on your mount. Like, when you're on Ifrit, you're on your Infernus, you're on your Raijin, you're on your whatever. That fills up your Vanguard. Imagine if we lived in a world where you start the battle, you're on your mount, and your mount fills up your Vanguard, and then your Vanguard fills up you, and then you use yourself, and then you fill up your Vanguard, and then it's just, I mean, at that point, at least you're playing as yourself. That's the biggest gripe with Vanguards and mounts, is that you never play as yourself anymore. But I mean, they paid to use it, go for it. I'd be down. Just constant Vanguard, constant you. Let's go. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that. For sure. Someone said something about extra storage, but I kind of missed it while I was talking about that. Oh, my login's over. Hey, a button. Woohoo. Yeah, absolutely. Like, every Vanguard should be viable to a certain degree. Venus and Siegfried should be doing way more damage. Hey, Attract. How do you farm Spellbook of Rage? You just gotta farm Satan on Hard or Hell. Preferably Hell if you can. And he'll drop Spellbook of Rage pretty consistently. You know, something like that, for sure. He's in Edo. Well, I mean, they just released 2 more Assist characters in JP, so they'll be coming, so don't worry about that. Then you got some work to do, Attract. You got some guides to watch. Got some homework to do. So. I really wasn't expecting this video to last so long, but we did some good theory crafting back there. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, like, 135 is going to bring a whole lot to the table when we get it. Hopefully, we get our Blitz Tiamat weapons before we get 135, for sure, but it's going to be a much anticipated thing. It's going to be a very welcomed addition to the game, for sure. How long am I gonna be live? Probably not too long. I only wanted to be live for like 10-20 minutes, but we kept going. It was pretty good. It was a good talk. It was really good. We brought up a lot of good ideas. But I'm probably gonna stop streaming pretty soon. Yesterday I was starting to feel like a bit of a headache coming on, and I'm talking a lot and I'm feeling it coming back, so I can't be doing that. My throat's getting pretty dry. So, but it was a really good stream, guys. Really good. But you know, if I'm not working as much these days, I'll stream some more. Although I haven't been working that much, to be honest. Like, I don't get calls that often. But when I do, it's pretty good. So, one last thing I wanted to say is, most of you guys by now who've watched a lot of my streams and stuff, you guys know who Lyra is. He's Lyra, Life on Food Stamps on PSN, and on his Twitch and stuff. He's Life on Food Stamps, and today is actually his birthday. He's I think September 27th. It's his birthday today. So, if you guys like after this stream, I don't know if he's streaming right now or not. I don't know if he's streaming right now, but he streams pretty frequently, like every night, Life on Food Stamps. Yeah, like, if you guys sell some time and you ever see him streaming, it would make his day. Even if it's anytime this week, it would make his day if you hopped in his stream and you gave him a little shout out, happy birthday. It would just tickle him pink. So you don't have to, but I'm just saying, like, it'd be really great, because, you know, he's a big part of the Aurogiri community. One of my best buds. So It's his birthday today. I'm probably going to jump him somehow and go wish him one pretty soon myself. But, you know, if you guys are subscribed to him, if you're not, you know, I don't really know. But if you ever see him live or in game or whatever, just hit him up with that happy birthday message. Make him happy. You could message him PSN, like it's the black man with like underscores between each word. He's got some anime picture, profile picture. But the black man, you send him a PSN message, say happy birthday, it would surprise him as fuck. And it would give him a good giggle. So, but you don't have to. I'm just figured, you know, put that out there. So, you know, birthday only comes once a year, so we got to take advantage of that. Maybe. I don't know if he was streaming tonight or not, but if you see him tomorrow, anytime this week, for sure, drop that little that happy birthday. It'll mean a lot to him. So that said, I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna go do that myself, and hope you guys have a great night. Hope you guys look forward to the 135 update. Hope you guys look forward to all these new changes on the horizon. So much stuff making Onigiri better. Let's just hope that this trend keeps coming and the game just keeps getting better and better. So great talk, guys. I'll see you later, and you know, thanks for being subscribed all this time, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I ain't saying that. No. I shut the mic off first. Nah, for real, I don't. So, see you guys.